Papasa ba tayo? Papasa tayo?
Oy, Renz mo,
Hindi.
Renz mo.
Eventually.
Papasa! Yes! That's the speak. What's up mga pare ko? I'm back with another video. This is shoutout nga po pala siya po si Cliff Tyrant. Shoutout rin nga po pala kay Pogi Flor. Ay, mag-hello sa vlog ko. Hi. Papasa ba tayo? Papasa ba tayo? Yes.
Friendly floor po.
Papasa hindi. Yes, papasa. Let's go.
Yo! What's up mga pare ko? I'm back with another video. Please subscribe sa ating channel and click the notification bell button para palagi yung updated sa ating mga videos. Bago ang lahat, pagbalakasang shoutout nga po pala kay Kuya Ivan Nicole, kay Kuya Efraim, Ate Joanne Rachel, kay Ate Kyla po. Shoutout sa inyong lahat. And now, magre-review po ulit tayo ng inequalities in complex number kahit paulit-ulit. Kasi sanay naman tayo sa paulit-ulit, di ba? Yung kahit paulit-ulit na nasasaktan, inuulit-ulit pa rin. Bad joke. Alright, so we'll be dealing with some problems about inequalities in complex numbers. So let's start with complex numbers, guys. So we have a given here. Kung mapapansin nyo, nasa polar form siya. 10, angle negative 30 degrees. 25, 5, angle negative 10 degrees. Okay, guys? You might be wondering, ano tong 25? Is this in rectangular form or in polar form? Actually, guys, when we are given this type of number, this is automatically in the polar form. Kapag wala siyang I, this is automatically in the polar form. So, we know that the angle of this is automatically 0. Okay now? So, the problem, we are tasked to find, we are tasked to simplify. Simplify natin yan. We are tasked to find the rectangular form. Rectangular form, we are tasked to find the exponential form. Also, pwede natin rin hanapin dito yung roots niya. Let's try using the Moivres Formula and also finding the graph. Okay? Graph natin siya. So first, i-simplify muna natin itong equation na to. Okay, since this is in polar form, mas mapapadali na lang yung division natin. First, i-multiply natin itong r dito sa r times r. Okay, so 10 times 25 is basically 250, guys. Angle, since 0 yung angle niya, negative 30 plus 0 is negative 30 degrees. That's over 5 angle negative 10 degrees. Okay, this is division, guys. So what we need to do is to divide the modulus and subtract the angles. So this is 250 divided by 5. That would be equal to 50. Angle negative 30 minus negative 10 is negative 20. Be careful, guys, on how you subtract this. This is negative 30 minus negative 10, negative 10. So this would become plus. So this would be equal to negative 20. Okay, so in polar form, this is the simplified answer. Okay, guys? Pero, how if they required us to dapat itong angle natin is nasa positive angle. So what we need to do is to graph that in our argand plane. Saan ba natin mahanap itong negative 20 sa ating argand plane? Negative 20 is basically in this part. Negative siya. Why did I put it here? Kasi when you are going clockwise, that is a negative angle. When you are going counterclockwise, that's a positive angle. So this, since we are going clockwise, negative 20 is this angle. Okay, guys? So, negative 20. Ano ngayon ang positive angle niya? In trigo, we call that coterminal angles. Same sila ng angles. Same, two different angles pero same ng position. Alright? Coterminal angles. So, now, ipa-plot natin nasaan ngayon itong ano yung positive ano niya. To do that, we will start here from the 0 degrees. We will go counterclockwise kasi yun yung positive. Gagawin muna natin yan. Going to that side. Ibig sabihin, this is 180 plus 90. That's 270. This is 270. So, 270 plus, this is 90 minus 20 is 70. So, yung natirang angle na to is 90 minus 20, which is 70. So, 270 plus 70 is equals to 0. That's 41. So, that's 340. So, your positive angle here is also the same as 50 angle 340 degrees. Okay guys, how will we prove that? Na same yung sila. So since you have your calculator, you can try proving that. You can choose any trigonometric functions, cos, sine, tan. And for now, I will choose cosine. Cosine negative 20 sa calculator is equal to 0.94. Now, kapag i-cosine ko rin dapat yung 340, ito, dapat mag-equal siya rin dito. So, cosine of 340, tama.
Papasa! Yes! That's the speed.
That's how to check na tama yung negative angle mo sa positive angle. These two angles will yield the same answer. This is just negative, this is just positive. Okay, guys? I hope you're getting the idea with that. So, let's i-delete muna natin itong mga okay. I encountered one question. Sabi nila, how if yung angle mo is more than 360? For example, this is negative, let's say, negative 500. Negative 500, guys. Paano natin hanapin yung positive angle niya? The same way around, i-plot muna natin yan. Where is negative 500? Alam natin, that's 0. This is 90. This is 180. This is 270. When you're going clockwise, that's a negative. So, since this is negative, we go in a clockwise manner. So, from here, mag-iikot tayo dyan. That's 90. Okay? So, 180 na yan. This is 270 already. At pagbalik mo dito, naka 360 degrees ka na. Negative 360. Pero, negative 500 yung hinahanap mo. So, ikot ka ulit. Ikot ka ulit. So, that's 360 plus, 360 plus 90. I-calculator ko na. 360 plus 90. So, dito, nasa 450 na to. So, from dito, nasa 450 ka na. 'Di ba? Kasi 360 tapos mag-add ka ulit ng 90, 450. And 500 dito, sa point na to, nasa 500 ka na. So, from there, mag-draw ka na ng R mo dyan. Dyan na yung R mo. So, this angle here, so, i-subtract natin. This is 450 and the remaining is 50 degrees. So, andyan na yan. So, ibig sabihin, if this is 50 degrees, ngayon, hahanapin naman natin ngayon kung ano yung positive angle niya. So, if andito yan, again, as I said a while ago, mag-start naman tayo dito sa 0, pero we go counterclockwise kasi positive yung hinahanap natin. Counterclockwise, ikot tayo dyan, that's 180 hanggang dito. So, if this is 50, ang tawag doon? Ang angle naman dito is 40. Kasi 40 plus 50 is 90 since this is a 90 degrees. So, 180 guys, plus 40 is equals to 220. Am I right? Yes, tama yan, 220. So, negative 500 degrees is same lang yan sa 220 degrees. So, let's prove that. Let's use any trig function. So, for example, I choose tangent. Tangent of negative 500 would yield me 0.83. So, dapat pag itatangent ko rin to, dapat same rin yung value. Tangent 220 approx at yes, we have proved it. 0.83. Equal sila. Ibig sabihin, tama yung sagot natin.
Papasa! Yes! That's the speed.
That's it for explaining how to solve for how to convert this negative angle to a positive angle. So, let's move on to our problem. Now, we have simplified it. We have it in polar form. Now, next thing to do is to find how if they ask us to find kung ano naman, okay na to, hanapin naman natin yung rectangular form niya. So, we know guys that our R here is 50 and our theta is equal to 340 degrees. So, to find for the rectangular, kailangan kasi natin ng x and y and we use the formula x is equals to R cos theta. So, let's evaluate. R natin is 50 cosine of theta natin. What's our theta? Theta natin is 340 degrees. Okay, so let's solve that using our calculator. Cosine 340 times 50 is equals to, let's approximate it guys. Let's round it off the whole number. Pero kapag may mga activities, you make sure that you go decimal points. Pero I prefer na mag-round off kasi mas convenient for now. So, that would be 47. I rounded off the whole number. 47. So, the value of our x here is 47. Okay, next thing to do is isolve naman natin yung value ng ating y. Y is equals to r sine theta. R sine theta, our r here is again 50 and sine 340 degrees. 340 degrees. Solving for that, sine 340 times 50 is actually equal to negative 17. Okay, so writing that in rectangular form, which is z is equals to x plus iy, our x value is 47, and our y value is equal to negative 17. So this is not positive anymore. This is negative 17i. Okay guys, dito, pwede nating ma-identify kung ano yung real part and imaginary part. We know that this is the real part, this is the imaginary part. So real part is equals to 47. The imaginary part is equals to negative 17. Alright? Next, i-convert naman natin siya into exponential form. So, ano yung gagamitin natin to convert to exponential form? Basically, huwag yung rectangular kasi mas mapapahaba. Balik tayo kasi meron na tayong polar. So, let's convert this to exponential form. We know that exponential form is z is equals to r e over tapos I theta. And sa exponential form, guys, dapat yung theta mo is nasa radians. So, since our theta here is in degrees, i-convert muna natin to sa radians. So, converting that would be 340 times pi over 180. So, using our calculator, 340 divided by 180 is equals to 17 over 9. That would be equal to 17 over 9 pi. So, isusulat lang natin dyan. Z, ano yung R value natin? R value is 50. E, that's I, 17 over 9 pi. So, this is our exponential form. Right? Okay. Are you getting? Yes. I hope you are. So, this is our exponential form, guys. So, ano ba? Roots. We will try finding roots. Okay. So, this would be an application of the Moivres Formula already, guys. The Moivres Formula. So, for now, I will erase this para meron tayong space. Okay. So, we're finding for the roots. Okay. So, to find for the roots, basically, guys, we use the Moivres Formula. Again, the Moivres Formula is square root of z n would be equals to r square root of n. Tapos CIS, that's using Euler's formula. And CIS tapos yung theta plus 2k pi over 2k pi over n. So, how if guys, sabi nila, we find the square root. Square root, ibig sabihin, yung root mo is 2. So, we have k values of 0 and k value of 1. So, if that's cube root, we have k value of 0, k value of 1, k value of 2. You can go back to my previous channel. Mas na-explain ko, previous video, hindi previous channel. Mas na-explain ko to ng mas maayos. Okay, so let's solve that. First, when k is 0. Okay, when k is 0, we know that our r is 50 and our angle is 340 degrees. Let's use the positive one. So, when k is 0, that would be equal to, ano yung r natin? That's 50 and that's 2. Huwag natin ilagay. Apply na yan. CIS. Theta natin is 340. Wait guys, joke lang. Okay guys, when we are in the Moivres formula, when we are finding the roots, I want to emphasize again that ang ating angle should be in radians. Okay, so let's transform this in radians times 1 pi over 180. So that's, I think, 17 over 9 kanina. 340 divided by 180 is, 17 over 9. So our theta here is 17 over 9 in radians. So CIS, 17 over 9 pi plus 2k. Ang k natin is 0 pi over n. So solving for that, that is square root of 50. Square root of 50 is 5 square root of 2. This is 5 square root of 2. CIS yan. 15 over 9 pi time plus 0 is wala magyari. Ang n natin guys pala is, this is 2 kasi square root ga. So, solving for that, that's 17 over 9 pi divided by 2 is equals to 17 over 18. So, this is 17 over 18 pi. Okay, so this using Euler's formula pwede na to final answer natin. Pero we can rewrite our final answer using what do you call that? Using in converting this into degrees para mas ma-identify natin yan. So converting that into degrees, we will just multiply 180 over pi, cancel yung pi, cancel yung pi. So 17 times 180 divided by 18 is equals to what is equals to 170. So this is also equal to 5 square root of 2 CIS 170 degrees. Okay. So we have already a one root. Meron na tayong isang root. So next thing to do is to find another root. Find when k is equals to 1. So when k is equals to 1, we will just copy this square root of 50 CIS when k is 1, that's 17 over 9 pi, that's our theta, plus 2k pi. 2 times 1 would be equal to 2 pi over n. Ano ba yung value ng n natin? Is that's again 2. So square root of 50 is 5 square root of 2 CIS 17 over 9 over 9 plus 2 is equals to 35 over 9 pi divided by 2, that's equals to 35 over 18 pi. Okay, 35 over 18 pi. Pwede nyo na the final answer, pero mas magandang i-convert natin to sa degrees. That would be 180 over pi. Cancel pi, cancel pi. So 5 square root of 2 CIS, that would be 35 times 180 divided by 18 is equals to 350 degrees. CIS 350 degrees. So these are our roots. That's Z1. This is Z2. Alright? Yes. Saan na tayo? So we have two roots. Ano pa kailangan natin hanapin dito? The roots. Okay, next. We also need to find the graph. Okay, the graph. Huwag natin kalimutan yung graph. The graph is important. Let's try graphing this out. So sa graph niyan, guys, kailangan natin nasa rectangular form siya. So balikan natin yung rectangular form natin kanina. Kung di nyo maalala, oh my God, na-erase ko yung rectangular form. My God. Solve ulit natin. Mabilisan naman. This is x is equals to, hindi, naalala ko yun. X is equals to 47 if I'm not mistaken. And y is approximately negative 17. Tama ba? Negative 17. Side 2, 4, side 3, 4, side 340 times 50. Yes, tama. Negative 17. Ito yung na-solve natin kanina sa rectangular form. So, ipa-plot lang natin yan. 47 is, let's say, along this line, nandiyan 47. And negative 17, let's say, nandiyan yan, negative 17. So, our argand plane, our graph will look like that. This is our R. The value of our R is 50. The value of our angle here, that's the one. This is our angle, which is 340 degrees. Basically, the graph will only look like that. Alright? So, in this problem, ang dami nating concept na in-apply sa complex numbers na pwede nyong balikan sa aking mga previous videos para mas maano nyo. First, nag-convert tayo ng conversion. We did a conversion. Next, second, we did multiplication. Also, we did division of complex numbers. Aside from division, we also did the Moivres formula. Yung the Moivres formula, we also applied Euler's formula. We also applied graphing, di ba? Pangmalakasan ng dami. We also conversion of degrees to radians. So, dito sa problem na to, it shows na na-apply na natin mostly lahat ng concepts sa complex numbers, and that's a good practice na pwede tayo mag-practice ng mga ganitong problems. Alright, next. So guys, so now, let's try solving this. This is a linear equation. So, as simple, yung katulad ng nasa previous videos ko, first thing to do is to graph this. So, we first equate that to gawin natin equality side yan. So, we set first x to 0 to find at least 2 points. So, when x is 0, that would be 2y equals 2. Our value of y is 1. Okay, so we have that coordinate, the 0 and 1. Next, when let y be equal to 0, so that's x is equals to 2. So, we have that coordinate 2 and 0. So, let's plot that out. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, next, where is 0? Where is 0 and 1? 0 and 1 is here. And we have the value 2 and 0 dito. So, let's draw a line. Straight line siya kasi meron tayong equal side sa baba. So, let's draw a straight line. Kunwari, straight yan Okay, so next thing to do is to test values. Una, mag-test muna tayo dito. This is 0 and 0. So, when 0 and 0 will that satisfy? That's x plus 2y is lesser or equal to 2. When that's both 0, 0 plus 0 is lesser or equal to 2. 0 is lesser or equal to 2. Tama ba? Is 0 lesser or equal to 2? Definitely, tama yan. Let's test naman dito sa kabila. I will try to test this point 30. So, x plus 2y is lesser or equal to 2. 30. X is 3. 3 plus 0 is equals to 2. Is lesser or equal to 2. Is 3 lesser or equal to 2. Basically, balito. So, yung magsasatisfy sa solution is this part. So, let's try that out. So, that's the graph. Okay? Next, i-try naman natin. Okay. Parabola. Let's try graphing a parabola. Okay? So, to graph a parabola, guys, the main thing that we should know is, first thing to do is, Okay, guys, when you are graphing a parabola, here's a technique. Kung ano yung na-squared kung yung y yung na-squared, kung yung y yung may squared, ang graph natin dyan, guys, is either facing to the right or facing to the left. Pero, kapag yung x naman yung na-squared, ang graph natin dyan is is either going up or going down. So, since yung na-squared dito is y, we tell that our graph is going on the left or on the right. Okay, so let's try solving this. First thing to do, guys, is dapat ma-isolate natin sa isang side yung walang square, which is x. Dapat x lang yung matira dito, and that should be a positive. So, how should we do that? Ita-transpose natin to 2. So, that's 10 y squared is lesser than negative 9 over 2x. Transpose natin to 2 sa kabila. So, that would be 20 y squared is lesser than negative 9x. And as I said a while ago, dapat x lang yung matira sa kabila. Dapat ma-isolate lang na x yan. That's over negative 9. That's over negative 9. Guys, always remember this, if you are dividing both sides by a negative number, itong sign ninyo, it will change. It will go the opposite way around. So, this problem would result into negative 20y squared over 9 is greater than x. Babalik ta rin po natin yan pag nag-divide tayo ng negative number. Pero, pag nag-divide tayo ng positive number, it will not change. So, if this is 1, 1 divided by 1, hindi yan mag-change. 1 divided by 2, hindi yan mag-change. It will just change if you will divide it using a negative number. That's a must. Alright? So, next thing to do, guys. So, kung nahanap na natin to, next thing to do is to find the vertex. Vertex is this part, ano yung lowest part. So, to find for the vertex, we use again the equation. Kung napanood nyo sa previous channel ko, may intensive problem, how to graph. So, x is negative b over 2a. This should be y. Okay. Kung ano yung na-square, yun dapat yung value nito. So, kung na-square natin is, since yung na-square dito is y din dito. So, kung x yung na-square, dapat x rin yan. Okay? Y is equals to negative b over 2a. What's the value of our negative b? We don't have a value of negative b kasi wala tayong y. So, that's 0 over 2a. The value of our a is this number. Pero remember, 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. So, basically, y is 0. Okay. So, we know that our axis of symmetry is 0. Andito yan. Okay? Next thing to do, is hanapin natin kung nasan yung point ng vertex na yan. So, gagawin natin is isasubstitute natin yung 0 sa ating original equation. 0 dito, 0 yung y, negative 20 times 0 is 0. 0 divided by 9 is 0. It means that x is equals to 0. So, yung vertex natin is at 0, 0. Okay, next thing to do, guys, is to find at least 2 points. At least 2 points para ma-identify natin yung parabola, para mag-graph natin siya. So, let's find 2 points. Okay, guys, here's another trick. Kapag yung y squared nyo is naka-negative yan, it will face the left. Yung graph niyan is facing the left. Pero kapag positive ito, it will go to the right. It will face the right. Ibig sabihin, dito sa ating problem, since this is negative y squared, it will go that way. Nasa parang ganyang position siya. Pero dapat ma-identify natin kung anong 2 points dyan. So, let's solve for 2 points. So, we will let x be equal to negative 1. So, when x is negative 1, that is negative 20y squared is equals to negative 1. This is over 9. Let's solve for y. So, that's negative 1 times 9 is negative 9, negative 20. Y squared, i-divide natin yung negative 20 to both sides. Negative 20. Y squared is equals to 9 over 20. Square root natin yan. Y would be equal to square root of 9 over 20 is approximately at 0.67. 0.7 like that. It's approximately positive negative 0.7. So, kung negative 1 yung x mo, you will go up positive ng 0.7. So, dito yan. Let's say that this is 1. This is 0.7. And sa kabila naman, may negative dyan dito to the other side. That's negative 0.7. So, from that, you can now draw your parabola. Okay? But before you can draw that, again, i-identify mo muna ano ba to. This is less. This is greater. This is greater. Wala siyang equal sa baba. Ibig sabihin, this will be a dash line. Okay? So, dash line yan. You draw your parabola. Dapat nag-touch yan doon, ha? This is the drawing of your parabola. Okay, we don't stop there. Now, we need to test kung yung values ba dito or yung values sa region na to or sa region na to yung magsasatisfy. So, I will test the value 1, 0. Okay, I will test the value 1, 0. Using this equation na yung x lang, yung may isolation lang. So, that's negative 20y squared is greater than x over 9. So, when x is this is 1, 0. So, when x is 1 and y natin is 0, so totally yung lahat ng ito ay magiging 0 is 0 greater than 1. Basically, mali yan, guys. Okay, so let's try naman to evaluate yung another one. So, I will test this negative 1 and 0. So, when my x is negative 1, that would be totally ito magiging 0 yan. 0 is greater than negative 1. Is 0 greater than negative 1? Yes, definitely tama yan. Ibig sabihin, yung isi-shade natin na part is yung loob ng parabola na to. Yes. So, this is the solution of our parabola. Alright? Yes, I hope you're getting the idea. Okay, let me add more tips. Okay, guys? In solving problems like in solving inequalities, systems of inequalities, I'm trying to figure out if there is a way na hindi siya mag-graph pero meron, but I prefer doing the graph. I don't know, pero parang nasanay na ako doon. Again, I will reiterate, if we have a linear equation, for example, we have y is equals to greater than 2x plus 1, y is lesser than 2, y is greater equal to 7, x is greater than negative 1, you need to plot all of these. Kailangan nating i-plot yan, tapos hanapin natin kung saang part, i-plot natin yan kung saang part. Okay, how will we identify na walang after doing that, how will we identify na walang solution yung isang system of inequality? Mawawala lang, guys, yung solution natin dyan kapag ganito yung situation. For example, nag-graph tayo dyan, no? We have a certain line there. Ito, na-shadean to. Next, meron din tayong isang line dito. Pero yung na-shade na part is only this part. Ibig sabihin, walang points kung saan nag-meet yung mga na-shaded na parts. Ibig sabihin, ito, no solution. So, again, I want to reiterate, to find kung may solution ba yung isang parabola, first is i-graph nyo lahat. Kapag walang intersection yung mga shaded parts, you can therefore conclude that this system has no solution. Alright? So, I hope you're getting the concept. If you have some questions, comment it down below. Try natin sasagutan yan. And that's it. Bye-bye, mga parekoy.
Papasa! Yes, that's the speech.